very tough first game, incredibly competitive opponent, which is what we expected. I knew it going into this game today how hard it's going to be because of the style they play and how you have 4 little guys out there at all times trying to match up. They really have a good scheme, the way they penetrate and kick it back out. I thought our defense in the half court was good. I thought where they hurt us was off a turnover, scoring easily, and then some long rebounds we gave up, and I thought we got a little tired at the end, and I've got to do a better job utilizing Prince and playing him some more minutes than I did today, and that's something that I will definitely work on Friday when we play Sam Houston State. I thought that, we got off to a slow start, and again, it seemed like every loose ball they were getting the first 10 minutes of the game. I mean, there were air balls falling into their laps. Every play, every bounce that could have gone wrong for us went wrong those first 10 minutes, I felt like. Because we played good defense and then, it'd be an air bank or an air ball, and somehow they end up with a three. So I was really proud of our team and the resilience. I thought we had a great finish to the first half to go up 40-30. Talked about at halftime that they weren't going away. This is a senior-laden team. They won 20 games last year. I mean, Andrews is a very, very good player. Number 4, Lovett really hurt us off the bench tonight with those threes. And it's hard to play a team that shoots 40% of their shots from 3. That's what this team did. I thought we forced a number of turnovers. They had 17 turnovers, which was a good thing about our defense. And we blocked 10 shots, which was really huge for us. Got to make our foul shots. 10 for 17 is not going to win most nights. Questions?
We'll lead it off here with Ben in the front.
Ben, it took Reggie a little bit of time to get going. Got, I think, 10 of his 13 over the last 10 minutes of that game. What do you think they were doing to sort of keep him in check that first 30 minutes?
I thought that all their switching really bothered. We were very poor at feeding the post, but all the switching bothered us early. And finally, we got him the ball. And he had an incredible offensive rebound where the game was, you'd have to tell me it was a 2 or 3 point game that put us up 4 or 5. I think it put us up 5. You'd have to look at the book here, but it was a big-time play. That one late, I remember. I also thought that Iverson did a couple of great attacking the rim on the up ball screen, just going by the big and finishing. He had the and one. Did a really nice job for us, finishing strong there in the second half. I thought his second half in particular, offensively, was very good. And then Tyson was very stable. We're asking Tyson to do so much. We're, without Nick out there, he's our one experienced guard, and he's being asked to, do so much, and he's really delivering. But, he shot the ball well and played an enormous amount of minutes again.
We'll go stay in the middle with Steve.
Coach, it seemed like you guys did a good job defending without fouling, and that's kind of an issue at times. What was different? Was it just their style of offense, or just an emphasis on your team?
An emphasis on our team. We really talked about playing with our feet and not fouling. They're a very good shooting team, and we didn't want to foul them in those situations. But by the way, another great call tonight that the officials got right was the one where Reggie tapped it in after the ball hit the rim, because I think one official thought he didn't hit it in time, and they got that one right, which was a big play. A couple of his baskets were huge. That was another huge one. That's not even the one I was talking about. There was one he just went over and grabbed. It was a man play. We've got to. I thought Keyshawn gave us great minutes off the bench. He fouls out in 24 minutes, but plays his heart out. That one dunk was spectacular in the first half on a great cut to the basket. He's playing with a sense that you would think he played a lot of minutes last year. He's really a first-year guy playing major role, major minutes. And he's really playing he's giving us a calming effect out there. He really knows how to play. I'm really proud of him.
We'll go to Brian in the blue, second row.
Early in the game, Coach, you were down, I think, -8 rebounding. You ended up +8 for the game, especially on the offensive boards. They had the early advantage. Where did it shift for you that you were able to get more of the advantage on the boards?
I thought the second half. It was 15-13 at the half. We were up 2. So the second part of that second half, we started doing a better job. And again, a couple of those rebounds that I got on offense were like, couple of them were long rebounds, which we expected. We talked about, if you're shooting, their scrimmage against Miami, they took 41 threes and 32 shots inside the 2-point. So there's a lot of long rebounds when you shoot a lot of threes, and that hurt us a couple of times. But then a couple of them were just bad bounces for us, where, you know, air ball falls to somebody, and, you know, there's nothing you can do about it.
Front row to coach's left to Garrick.
Ben, what did you see out of Iverson in his collegiate debut, especially when he was kind of running the point there a little bit to spell Tyson?
Well, I thought he was, like I said, fantastic down the stretch. I thought he really did a good job finishing at the rim. You look at, he has 2 assists, 1 turnover, played pretty solid defensively, did a nice job. And you can see, I'm looking at their stat sheet, their 3 seniors that all started last year played really well for them, which is, you know, what we're gonna see. It's 29 points out of their starting 3 seniors that were in there. I mean, that's a good team. I mean, just so you know, I expect that team we beat tonight will win 20 games again this year.
Again, questions for Coach. Again, Justin will get the microphone to you. Go ahead and get it back here. We'll start with Tyler, and then we'll get it back to Ben.
Ben, you mentioned Tyson playing a lot and really having a lot on his shoulders. He talked about his turnovers a little bit. He had 8. Did you see most of those being on him, or was it something FIU was doing to kind of pressure him?
Yeah, I thought we weren't coming back to help him enough, and that's what he was telling me one time out of the timeout. I think in the second half, he was out from the 12-minute mark to about the 9-minute mark, and we discussed it. I thought we did a better job after he went back in. But I also thought some of it was just fatigue, because, you know, they're just guarding him, trying to wear him down. And, you know, we're going to see, you know, I think Iverson's getting more and more comfortable. And, you know, he's better at beating people off the dribble than is Tyson. And, you know, we had the luxury last year, and I talked about this with the team, where, you know, Lamar would get the ball in a press and just dribble through it. I mean, it was like, you didn't need a press offense. He was just going. And it's nice to have that luxury. And when we have Nick back, we'll have that. I think Iverson has that gear as well.
Go back to Ben here, front.
You mentioned it kind of there with Iverson being able to get downhill a little bit. Do you, with the way that Tyson is a little bit more of a jump shooter, do you feel like Iverson could handle the point at all? And
Well, he did. He started the game at the point. We were running on. And I thought he was nervous tonight. Again, I thought Mommy and Daddy were here, all the way from Panama. Yeah, I think, didn't I mention that? Was it? You know, so I thought that, and I told him after the game, so that's over now. They're going to be here on Friday. They've seen you play. Okay, so now it's coming out and execute what you're supposed to do. I mean, like 4 for 8 from the foul line. He's a way better foul shooter than that.
Pass it down to the end of the row to the right to Jalen.
Coach, what was the difference defensively in the first half and the second half? You caused 12 turnovers in the first half, and you only forced them to 5 in the second half.
Yeah, I think that our defense in the first half was really good in the half court. We got hurt on second shot opportunities. And I thought the second half our defense was good, but we probably got a little tired, you know, honest.
Anything else for Coach? Okay, we'll get it back to Joel to wrap it up.
It may not be fair to ask a question this quick after a game, but Sam Houston State coming up on Friday. Just anything really quick, just your thoughts on them.
My assistant who's in charge of that scout, Ernie Ziegler, says they're better than FIU. And I haven't watched them, and I'll start watching them tomorrow, but they're better, and a very similar type of small ball. You know, that's just tough if you're playing mid-majors. You know, you have Reggie Perry as your starting power forward, having to match up with 6'5" shooters that are trying to spread the floor and space it. Very tough defensively, man-to-man, you know, pressure. You know, that guy does a great job. He's a very, very good coach. So, you know, there's no easy breaks for us here. We're going to have to, you know, bounce back here and really get ready to go. That's why we're going to go hard tomorrow, but we're going incredibly short because we had 7 guys play a lot of minutes on their legs.
All right, thank you guys. We'll see you
Thank
Friday.
you, Coach.